bad neighbors. In our lives, we've all had one. I've had them and currently still do. Maybe I'm a bad neighbor. Maybe their late, loud partying ways kept you up late. Maybe they didn't respect your property line. Maybe they haven't kept their home up like the rest of the neighbors. Sometimes we end up living next to someone we simply don't see eye to eye with. However much we strive to get along with everyone, it's impossible. Disagreements don't necessarily need to escalate. Here are a few easy pointers for how to keep disagreements with a potentially bad neighbor from turning into a nasty conflict. In any scenario you encounter, the first thing you should do is make sure that you're not a bad neighbor. That might be difficult to hear, but it's important we look at how our own behavior may affect someone on the other side of the fence. When was the last time you thought about how much noise you make? Loud televisions, music, or loud machinery, that can easily drive most people crazy. Are your pets friendly? Does your dog bark a lot while you're gone? Threatening and noisy dogs and roaming cats quickly become neighborhood sore spots. What about tidiness? Overgrown lawns and kids' toys quickly become unpleasant eyesores. Think about the property line you share. It's best not to allow trees from your side to encroach onto theirs. Understanding what we may be contributing to the disagreement goes a long way towards slowing the issue before it spirals into something bigger. Once you're confident of your own behavior, you can approach your neighbor. Your goal here is to engage in a friendly, problem-solving conversation during which you feel open enough to express what's bothering you. Learn your neighbor's name. Once you've been introduced, develop a friendly rapport. Without a pattern of good communication, problems arise, short-circuiting problem-solving before it even starts. Although you may be upset, don't go into the situation with guns ablazing. Instead, assume the best intentions. Quite often, people don't realize that their actions are creating a problem until it's brought to their attention. Start by putting yourself in your neighbor's shoes. Be proactive. Ideally, you won't have to involve any third parties in your dispute, but in case you do, document everything. If you ever need to approach a homeowners association, a neighborhood group, the city building department, or even law enforcement, a record of relevant interaction is critical to successfully alleviating the problem. Lastly, try to avoid scenarios that may cause conflict. Considering a house with a shared driveway, looking at a home next door to someone exhibiting signs of being a hoarder, stop a potential conflict before they start. Move on and consider a different home. Remember this in conclusion, it is critical to avoid getting into a tit-for-tat with any neighborhood conflict. Turning up your music to counter theirs, parking over the property line because their dog barks too loudly, speaking badly about them, any of these measures go too far. If you reach the unfortunate point where your differences become irreconcilable, contact authorities. After all, a friendly conversation can only go so far. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and share this video with someone you care about. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next week.